Hey guys, what's going on? Inception here, and welcome to another video. Today, we're going to be reviewing some more Futmas cards. So before we get into these Futmas cards, as you guys know, as we normally do this, I don't know what they are. I like to see them as they come out. And one thing that I would like to say to everybody is Merry Christmas Eve to all of you guys. I hope you guys have a fantastic time. Wow, I said that so quickly. I hope you guys have a fantastic time with yourselves, with your family, and just be safe, my dudes, and just have fun, all right? So let's get into the cards. Let's see what we get here. If you guys haven't seen the video earlier, if you guys are interested in watching it, I have my Foot Champs highlights that I posted 2 hours ago, so that's also going to be on the YouTube channel. But as you guys know, the 3 p.m. Eastern time one is usually the more, legit one, right? So doesn't show at the front. So we got Subasic, Boateng, and Kevin De Bruyne. Subasic, Boateng, and Kevin De Bruyne. That Boateng one is probably going to be decent to do because I know that he doesn't have any informs yet. And De Bruyne is the type of card that would get informs. So, to be honest, let me just go open these bad boys for you guys. Maybe we get something really good. Joe Premium Gold Pack. Fingers crossed. Maybe we get something really sick. You never know, right? I don't know, but people try to explain to me like when a card is going to be a board or not. I'm just like, don't tell me. I still don't know because I literally do not want to know. I like to know when the boards come out from the actual animation. So I got to put these. 1,000 coins. Don't mind if I do. Okay, so we're going to confirm that. Open the next one. Come on. Come on. Come on. By the way, as I sold Aguero on my team, guys, and I put inform Felipe Anderson. He's aight, but he's 7 chem on striker, but it's still better than Aguero, though. Aguero just blew my mind, man. It was just too slow, man. And we got nothing from the pack, so let's go ahead and put... I'll put it in the transfer list. Sure, that works, too. Let's back out of here. Okay, let's go to the SBCs, lads. Let's do this. So, Jerome Boateng's card. In my opinion, worth doing. You know why? Because if it's a center back that is a meta, but he has the poor agility and balance, but he might make up for it in the acceleration, sprint speed, and physical stature because, he's got good defensive stats, good physical stats. Although he has 76 jumping, but he is 6'4", so definitely a card to try out in game. I'm just going to go check on the transfer market just to make sure that Boateng actually doesn't have any informs. I'm pretty sure he doesn't. Boateng's not really the type of card to get an inform, to be honest. I think in previous years of FIFA, he may have gotten like 1 or 2 in the whole year, but it was just like really random. So let's see here. So that's an 86 rating for that Boateng, and this one's an 88 rating. So let's see what the requirements are for the 88 rating Boateng. The requirements are 3 Team of the Week players or ones to watch cards, and an 85 overall rating. That's pretty expensive, to be honest with you guys. Definitely expensive to do. Now, the thing that you have to think about is, one, it is somewhat of a meta card. It has the pace, defending, and physical, as well as the height. It doesn't have the jumping, but the height could make up for the jumping, right? I don't think that's like always the case because I feel like Eric Bailly has like decent height, but with good jumping, right? Because jumping is very important in FIFA nowadays. An overall rating of 85 with a team chemistry of 80. Would I do this SBC personally? No. Would I do it for a meta center back from the Bundesliga? I would, yeah, because an inform from Boateng, you're not really gonna see, right? So it's really up to you guys if you think it's worth it or not, right? I'm just telling you guys that in regards to meta center backs in the Bundesliga, this is one of them, and it's not a card that'll get more cards. If he gets an inform, right, it's gonna jump up to an 87, right? So what we have to do here is we're gonna have to search up the difference of stats here with Boateng's card to see if it is worth it, because that's already one meta player down. I think all 3 of them are meta in their own way. Even Kevin De Bruyne is a meta because he has his own characteristics that makes him good. Let's see the center back for Boateng, and we're going to do the comparison with the 86. So the difference between them is 1s and 2s. So that's a little bit disappointing. I think it should have been 2s and 3s, never 1s on these cards. If you're going up +2 rating, it should be 2s and 3s, especially for a card that's probably not going to get informs this year. A little bit lackluster. But he has really good defensive stats. If I were to use this card personally, I would have to give him Anchor. As much as I'd want to increase the pace more, that jumping just needs to be improved significantly, right? So I'd probably give him an anchor or anything that, if there was pace and physical, I would do that too, because his defending stats are already pretty decent as well. But having better defensive stats is never a bad thing, right? So he is medium work rates with a 4-star weak foot, which is fantastic to have because he also has decent passing stats, right? 78 short passing, 87 long passing. So the card in general is a meta card. Again, he only has a Champions League card, which is this one right here. So it's really entirely up to you if you think it's worth doing or not. 143k versus probably more money for an untradeable that you're not going to be able to get your money back from. So really up to you, right? The things you will notice with this card is probably going to be the agility and balance, like I said. But it does look like a pretty decent card regardless. Next card is Subasic. Goalkeepers I don't really review too much because it's very... Goalkeepers are the only cards in FIFA you actually have to try out in game. I cannot, every card so far, and like the only card I was purely shocked that he was garbage was Keita Balde's Team of the Season like last year or 2 years ago. But every other card, when I see the stats, they play exactly to their stats, right? But a goalkeeper, dude, Neuer has been trash for so many years in FIFA. And then all of a sudden this year he's good, right? So you have to take that into consideration. Okay, so Subasic's card, what do you have to think about? Subasic is probably worth doing. Why? Because he is a good goalkeeper, stats-wise, in the League One. When you're going to make comparisons between him, Buffon, Areola, Ruffier, Subasic is a better goalkeeper. If you want to make a League One team, if you look at his actual stats, or the actual requirements for this, you could put one FUT Champs player, right? And then you can have a team overall rating of 78. So this is basically like a free one to do. Not a free one, but this is like one of those good SPCs to do, right? Because there's not many good goalkeepers in the League One. So with this card, you finally do have a good goalkeeper. And I don't think he's going to get that many informs, to be honest. Like, let me see Subasic's card here. Not searching up for some reason. Subasic. There we go. So he has a Champions League card, and then he has the Futmas SBC one. And according to his stats, it's like this. So it's 85 diving, 8. Well, you can see that from there. 86 reflexes, 83 handling. Positioning is 85. Kicking is 81. So to be honest, the card's pretty decent. So I think it'd be worth getting him strictly for a good League One goalkeeper that just doesn't really exist. Buffon and Areola are not very good. Subasic as a Futmas card is pretty good. Leon has Anthony Lopez. He's so small. Like, it's not even worth doing. And last but not least, we have Kevin De Bruyne. So why is Kevin De Bruyne a meta card? So the only thing that Kevin De Bruyne lacks on this card is obviously the acceleration and sprint speed. But because you are probably most likely going to be playing him as a cam or a center mid, this is a very good card. Now, the thing about doing De Bruyne, and again, we're going to go search up his card as well. Now, the thing about doing De Bruyne is that he hasn't gotten any informs this year, and I think a large part of that is because he's been injured. And I think he's still injured. No, I think he recently just came back from injury. So, obviously, he hasn't been getting any informs recently. But the thing about De Bruyne's card, ladies and gentlemen, is that he is the type of card that could get an inform. Right? So we're going to see what the requirements are for this SBC in particular. And it's going to be 5 Team of the Week players with an overall rating of 88. That's not worth doing. It just isn't, because here's the thing. Is it a cool meta card? Yes, it absolutely 100% is a meta card. 100%. And we'll be getting into his stats in a bit here. Right? But you look at the requirements and you look at Team of the Week, minimum 5, 88 team overall rating. That's, like, I get it because he's a 93 rated cam, but the rating and how they play in-game, that doesn't, you know what I mean? Is he one of the most meta cams in the EPL? Absolutely, but it is going to be very expensive to do that card. If we look at the Champions League version of the card, it's also 540k to do, right? So really depends on whether you think it's worth doing or not. But is it a meta card? Absolutely, right? So let's look at his in-game stats and see what makes him a good card. So the characteristics that you will notice about Kevin De Bruyne is going to be his dribbling is not going to be as quick because his agility and balance is not in the minimums of 85s, 86s. So it's not going to be like boom, boom, boom. But he does have the physical presence because he's a pretty stocky player in game, right? Like his physical stature in game is pretty stocky. So he has a physical presence. So the fact that he doesn't really have that much agility and balance isn't necessarily a bad thing, again, because of his physical presence. So he has 90 composure. 90 composure helps in so many different areas. It'll help in the dribbling department, the first touch that your player does, how composed he is when he's back there defending, so on and so forth, right? Another good thing about this card is that it's also high in work rate. So when you play him as a cam, it's really nice to have high work rates as your central cam. Really nice. I love it, right? Let's look at his specific attributes now. He's a great shooter, right? 89 attacking positioning, 84 finishing, 93 shot power, 93 long shots, 90 composure. You guys know that finesse shots, unfortunate as it is the meta in FIFA nowadays. I'm sorry that my hair looks terrible because I've just woken up. As you guys know, the finesse shot meta is the thing in FIFA nowadays, and this card is going to be one of the types of gods to do it for you. The thing that's going to be missing for that finesse shot meta is the dribbling not being fast enough to get into that little small position. But if he gets the shot off and you get that time finesse shot, he's probably going to score most of the goals, right? Because of that 93 shot power, 84 finishing, 90 composure. It's a fantastic card, no doubt about it, right? I would probably give him a Hunter, even though his dribbling is the way it is. And then maybe switch between Hunter and Sniper because I want to see if I'd want to have either more pace on the card, which is probably the latter, right? And his agility is 80 and 78, but I think he might make up for it in the other dribbling stats like ball control, reactions, dribbling, so on and so forth. So is the card fantastic? Yes, but in terms of like a comparison, right? You are going to be upgrading by ones. So since you're upgrading by ones, is it necessarily worth upgrading the card for ones and those stats? No, because you're not going to notice it, right? The acceleration and sprint speed, you might notice a tiny bit, but probably not enough to get an untradeable version of the card. I mean, it is a Futmas card, it is a special version of the card, but one, it's very expensive to do, and two, it's untradeable, right? So I have to take that into account. He's 5'11 in height, which is fantastic. Having height in this game is super important, right? But he doesn't have the jumping, but he does have decent height. He can win the ball at least sometimes in the air. I'm currently using Inform Mahrez as my cam, and I'll tell you this right now. The height, he never wins anything in the air, right? So it's nice to have someone like Kevin De Bruyne that can win the ball in the air, right? 5-star weak foot, 4-star skills. That 5-star weak foot is massive, huge, really significant in this game, right? 5-star, any position he's in, he's going to be able to shoot the ball. And that's a huge plus with the card, for sure, right? Especially if you give the card a Hunter or a Sniper and you increase the finishing and the shot power and so on and so forth to max it out as much as possible. It'll be really nice. You could even try experimenting with putting a finisher on him and increasing his physical stats as well as making his shooting better, because it could actually help to have him be more of a physical presence than it is to have him being a faster player around the pitch, right? So I think having him to be faster is better because of the high work rates, pushing up, coming back, right? There's different styles you can work with that, and having more pace is obviously beneficial. But yeah, it's a good card. Do I think these SBCs are worth doing? Debatable. But I think that the Subasic card is definitely worth doing if you're ever interested in making a League One team. Jerome Boateng is a meta card, and so is Kevin De Bruyne. So they are worth doing in that regard. Kevin De Bruyne, however, if he starts playing again, I could see him getting informs because he's one of the best players in the Premier League and best midfielders in the world. So take that into consideration when doing that card. But Boateng, I don't see him getting more than one inform this year. So if you're a Bayern fan, you're German, or you're a Bundesliga fan, or you just want to make a Bundesliga meta team, that's your guy to get, right? Because that's one of the most meta center backs in the game. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video today. Again, if you guys haven't checked out the video from earlier today, which was my Foot Champs highlights, be sure to go check that out. Merry Christmas to you guys. I hope you guys have a fantastic one. I'll see you guys for the videos tomorrow for some more Futmas SBCs as they are releasing them. I don't know how often. I don't know how long they're going to be releasing these cards for. I don't know if it's until the 24th or 25th, or even until New Year. I have no idea. But is it cool that they're releasing these cards daily? Yes, but some of them are just. It just feels like EA is trying to get your cards to clean up the market. You know what I mean? Because some of these are just drastically expensive for untradeable cards, right? I don't know. I always have this thing with untradeable cards that I feel like untradables are more to earn than it is to buy for this much. It's a little bit crazy. So just my opinion though. But hope you guys enjoyed the video today. If you guys enjoyed it, please drop a thumbs up on it. Definitely helps the channel a lot. And I will see you guys tomorrow for the next videos. Peace out, dudes. Love you guys.